Live deep in the heart of West Texas. It's the James Hendricks Show. Here's your host extraordinaire, Brent Clark. Y'all hear that? That means it's Fearless Faith Friday. That means, you hear that? Y'all hear the sound? That is the truth. It says the truth. It means it's time for us to wake up. Stop living in fear. Start protecting the rights of our kids. Start protecting the rights of our kids. The ones that are going to. You know, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm a firm believer in homeschooling my kids. You know? Because now you got, according to CBN News, there is sexually explicit content going on displayed in our schools. We used to have a tame sex ed back when I was going to school in the 80s. But now it's over the top. I think, I think we as Americans need to start standing up and being counted. And that's as Christians, okay? I'm calling for a Christian Federalist revolution. A Christian conservative Federalist revolution. People to say, okay, that's it. Enough. Okay? Plain truth. We are sick and tired of the lies of the mainstream liberal media, of the Joe Biden administration and all his cohorts, of the Clintons. You know, we ain't going to cover too much of the news, but let's just say this, okay? It's time for people of faith, Christians, to stand up and say no more. We need to defend the truth. It's time for Christian mothers to stand up and say, hey, we going to have this content taught in school to our sons and daughters. You know? It's time for those Christians in power and authority to say, hey, we ain't standing for this godless socialism that is pervasive in our culture. You see, this has been going on for 2 years. And 2 years, too dang long. And really, this reactive culture has been going on for 30 plus years. And 30 plus years, too dang long, too. Let me tell you something. We as Christians see that we've clearly had them. And this here in the SB, Fearless Faith Friday. We know that God has this for us. Am I right? I'm right. Okay. Alright then. We've proven conventional wisdom that's been reactive wrong. People going around saying that the world was flat. Plain truth. Thanks to Columbus, a good Christian now. It's round. They said the sound barrier could never be broken. It got broke. They're saying COVID. It's hopeless. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something plain and clear. Aren't y'all tired of living in fear? When we in Christians can stand up, and I'm not saying don't take precautions regarding COVID, don't get me wrong. But I'm saying let's stop living in fear. And let's give this reactive culture, this reactive communications culture, it's been going on with the media for the past 30 plus years, the boot, okay? Let's time to say, tell it goodbye. Alright? Just like I said, plain truth. People are sick and tired of hearing lies. You know, they don't tell you this in journalism school. And they don't tell you this till you get in the real world. The news stories that get printed, that get published, that get broadcasted, they're the ones the editors want. Otherwise, what can I say? They get chucked. Alright? They get chucked. The bottom of the heap. Wrong button. They get chucked. The bottom of the heap. And we know we can beat this. Let me tell you something. We as Christians need to stand up and be counted. And to come to faith. Alright? It's time for us to start practicing what we preach. Time for us to start practicing what we preach. And there we go. Time for a Christian Federalist revolution right here, right now. I hope you enjoy listening to the James Hendricks Show. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of receiving most daily updates. It's Brent Clark saying until next time, take care, become proactively informed, and God bless you.